Hey, we're on problem 16. I'll just read first. In Cocker Spaniels, the allele for a black coat color, capital B here, is dominant over the allele for a brown coat color, this lowercase recessive allele here. If a brown Cocker Spaniel is crossed with a heterozygous black Cocker Spaniel, which of the following genotypic ratios can be expected? So we're looking for a genotype and not a phenotype. And if you remember the difference, genotype, we're looking at the letters, and with a phenotype, we'd just be looking if it's going to be black or brown, the color itself. And it appears all of our answer choices here have alleles, the letters for the genotype. And it's told me a few things. Black is dominant, so the capital B is going to be dominant. This is going to be for black. And the lowercase recessive allele is going to be brown. So we have brown here. And let's see what else we know. We know one of the Cocker Spaniels here is going to be brown. And we know that it's crossed with a heterozygous black Cocker Spaniel here. So one's brown and one is heterozygous for black. And I think it's kind of important to know what this heterozygous word means. Unlike a homozygous, heterozygous means that I have a mix of the alleles. And there's really only one way to having a mix between capital B and lowercase b. And that's just to have one of each. So one parent is going to be heterozygous and black. And then if you see what I highlighted here in, I guess we'll say teal, one of them is brown, and there's only one way to be brown, and that is if both recessive alleles there, I'm homozygous for recessive. So I have two recessive alleles for one parent, and then I'm heterozygous for the other parent. Now, to find out the genotypic ratios for the offspring, I am going to have to make a Punnett square. And to make a Punnett square, I'm going to have to draw my own because they didn't provide me with one. And my pen's not working here. There it goes. So I'm going to draw a box. And I'm going to break that box down into 4 quadrants. And I am going to place, I'll color code this for me. I have the black Cocker Spaniel here with these dominant alleles. It doesn't really matter what side you put them on, but I'm going to put these guys over here. And then my brown Cocker Spaniel, I'm going to put these letters up here. And then I'm going to go ahead and cross them. So doing that, I had 2 recessive alleles, lowercase b and lowercase b. I'm homozygous recessive. I'm going to place those at the top. And, well, I'm good. For my purple alleles here, I highlighted for the black Cocker Spaniel, I have a dominant capital B and a recessive lowercase b. So I'm going to place that here and that there. And now I'm just going to cross them. So matching up the letters, I have a dominant allele here and a lowercase allele, recessive allele here. So I'm just going to write that. Matching up this dominant allele with this recessive allele, we get the heterozygous. And now we get a recessive within a recessive. We get homozygous recessive. And then another recessive and recessive, I get homozygous recessive. So I only have one of each, really, well, 2 of each. I have 2 heterozygous and that are right here, and I have 2 that are homozygous recessive, and then I don't see any that show the homozygous dominant. So any answer choices that have the homozygous dominant, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them because I don't even want to see them. So that gets rid of B, that gets rid of C, and that also gets rid of D. So my only answer choice is A, where I have 2 heterozygous and 2 homozygous recessive.